There's something I wanted to share with you today, and it's about how do we feel good in our own skin when we're running our business? Why do we always find so confused about what to do, what type of offer to have, what type of content, what type of platform we should go to? Do we need to launch? How do we do it? All of these questions are daunting us. Every time we have a doubt, we look for help outside. We look for the guru, for the coach, for the expert that has done it before because we don't want to reinvent the wheel. I've done it for years. And I realized that my insecurity was disguised by a very sensible logic. I don't want to reinvent the wheel, therefore I'm going to copy somebody else's framework. Because there is so much information out there, you can literally learn from anybody in the world because they've proven that a concept works. So you can acquire it and apply it into your business. And that's when the confusion starts. You start doing things that other people, that have worked for other people, but then to make them work, you have to work maybe 10 times more because you are not aligned to those values. You're not aligned to the methodology that they want to use. For example, launching. If you ever launched a product online, you know how difficult it is. You've got to plan out your content, you need to set the date for a free event, you need to have a registration page for people to go through, you need to have email sequences for people to be reminded they need to show up. Then once they show up in your live event, you've got to pitch your product at the end. It just feels heavy, and very few people can manage a successful launch because it requires lots of effort, lots of planning, lots of team as well. And we just assume we have to do it. Like if you are a small content creator, you want to run a very lean business model and you're trying to launch, and you have launched in the past and you had some success, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do anything that is not aligned with your values. But you might say, yeah, but if I don't launch, how do I make money, right? Yeah, but that's a technical question. The questions that need to come before what is the lifestyle that I want to live? Would I want to launch every 2-3 months, or every 6 months, or every year? Do I want to do that or not? Do I want to work like crazy for maybe a big payday, or maybe a big disappointment? Am I tolerating that assumption about how I should run my business and assuming that's how I should do it? This is what burned us out for 6-7 years, running a business where we took frameworks from all over the place. What type of content we had to create, how do we create a product, how do we launch it, how do we keep people engaged. Nothing was based on what we truly believed was aligned with our values. Unfortunately, many of us are going through this process of discovering what's not working for them. And only through burnout, or getting very close to burnout, we start saying, enough. I either quit, or I need to find a way that doesn't feel so heavy. And literally, our job, Alessia and I think we found the breaking point at some point. We started saying, okay, I'm not doing videos anymore. How else can I drive traffic? I don't want to do launches anymore. How else can I sell my products? When you start asking questions that nobody's asked before, your brain starts giving you different answers. But if you really trust your intuition, you'll find much better ways. For example, I hate launching, and I decided I don't want to tolerate launching anymore. Or at least not a launch with like 6 weeks runway and build up to it. I want to do launching that makes me feel happy when I do it. How do we do that? Like, for example, just to give you an idea, when we launch something, I don't launch a product. If I feel like one of my clients needs a specific training, I set up a workshop and I sell ticket to the public. I promote it for a week and that's it. But the workshop is for my clients anyway, so I'm happy to do it. I'm coming from a place of serving, and that's how I want to launch. In the workshop, to the new people they are new to my ecosystem, I might say, I have few spots available for one-to-one coaching. If you want to join, click the link below. That's as much selling that I want to do. Maybe content. I personally hate Instagram, and I tell everybody, like, I hate Instagram, and Instagram hates me back. So it's pointless for me to force myself to do Instagram. Yeah, but everybody's on Instagram. Well, I don't care because it's a platform that repels me. That I think I'm stuck at 300 subscribers. It's been like this for at least 2 years. And I don't want to grow subscribers. I want to grow a community of people that believe in my values. Not because they need to follow me, but because I am deeply passionate about them following their own values. This is what I truly believe in. And the joy that gives me when we work with clients is not telling them all of our strategies on how they can make money and attract more people, which is, of course, part of the process, but it's mainly uncovering all of these layers of assumptions that they have and they've used for their business that's ultimately ruined their life. So my question to you is, how many things are you tolerating in your business and in your life for the sake of growth? Instead of being a follower, become a captain on your own ship. If there is something that you don't tolerate, if there's a team member that is underperforming and you are sort of you don't want to let it go, but you know that you want to, why are you not doing that? If you're doing content that is draining your soul and you feel exhausted after a day of batch producing, why are you producing content like that? If you are selling in a way that doesn't feel energizing for you, why are you doing that? I want you to uncover these layers so that you ask yourself different questions. Allow yourself to explore a universe, a world of possibilities where if you don't tolerate something, you can literally scrap it and delete it from your consciousness and come up with a different solution. I'd like you to learn from everything that you find online, but also trust your intuition for you to really come up with your next thing. Maybe you can come up with the next funnel, with the next strategy, with the next way of doing content that everybody will follow at some point. It only takes you to really be aligned with who you are and what you truly believe in to make a business that it's a reflection of what you want. To give you an example, you don't need a big audience to find clients. And for example, I've published a video a few months ago where I explained how a video with less than 200 views got me $8,000 worth of coaching clients. And if you want to watch it, I explain exactly why that happened and how that happened in a video right here.